Hello guys, this is Pat from Pat back at it again, and today we're finally here with the King of Games video of the month. This time it took so long for me because actually I had a lot of troubles. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys because I wanted to do it with ancient gears. As you may have seen from the thumbnail, this month I tried with ancient gears. I tried to make it work. I actually started and made some duels with the hero version, with the hero deck. Then I tried with I played with also Xiang and Xiangsheng, the Odai's version, but then I actually ended up, I tried some stuff. I ended up falling back to Legend rank 1, and I said to myself, you know what, ancient gear, and I went all the way from Legend rank 1 to King of Games with ancient gears. You're gonna see a lot of replays right there, and the deck, as always, to be honest with you, is actually cancer. It's a cancer version full of traps, of course, not more than 8 because we have the skill that is a battle, so we have to play 12 monsters, but I wanted to do it with ancient gears. I made it and I'm so happy with it. So if you love ancient gears, this is the video you were looking for. So I'm not gonna say that this is gonna be easy. It was so hard. In every duel you had to think a lot to be, to understand when to summon what and when to play which combo. So really hard, and as always, and as needed in everything, you have to have a little bit of luck sometimes, and I also had some rank downs, but in the end I made it and I'm happy with it. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So as I told you, the skill is Battle AGs. So for all who do not remember what it does, is pretty easy. You have to play 12 ancient gear monsters, no other monsters than ancient gears. So you cannot play entrops like White Princess or Kairoid or Sphere Kuribo, and they had to be level 8 or lower. So you cannot play ancient gear Reactor Dragon, so that's the choice. But what are the good side of this is that you can normal summon 2 times, once per turn and 2 times per duel. You can normal summon without tributing either the Ancient Gear Golem or the Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound. So basically this unbreak this deck, because basically even if you draw all these guys right there, you can always normal summon them at least one, so you do not end up with nothing on your field, and that's really important. But what's better is that if you normal summon Ancient Gear Golem and you control it face up, so you have to hope after you normal summon this guy that your opponent does not floodgate it or Canadian or Book of Moon right away, because if it is face up, you can activate the second part of the skill that allows you to set a polymerization from outside your deck on your field, of course, and this allows you to have, to go into your fusion stuff. So basically we have 6 ways to go into polymerization, into fusion summon. We have the triple Ancient Gear Golem, because you can activate the skill, or we have the Ancient Gear Hunting Ground. When it's on the field, of course, hoping it does not get floodgated or Canadian or Book of Moons, you can just use its effect and fusion summon. You do not have to use him. So if you activate your effect and your opponent chains Book of Moon on this, the effect still goes through. You can still do everything, even if your opponent uses Karma Cut or Rageki Break to pop it, because you can fusion summon, but it actually does not force you to use this guy as well, so that's pretty nice. Then of course we have the triple Ancient Gear Wyvern, the Searcher. Of course, guys, keep in mind, if you wanna set your stuff before normal summon this little girl, because if you summon her for the rest of the turn, you cannot set cards. So keep in mind that. And as I told you in the in the opening of the video, the problem is that even when you summon this girl, you really do not know what you wanna add, because you may add this guy so that you have a polymerization with the skill. You can add this guy directly for to fusion summon, or you can even add this guy, because this guy, as you will see a lot in the replays, is definitely an OTK machine. He can make up to 3 attacks, not on monsters. I mean, you can attack even directly, simply by discarding an ancient gear monster. So actually it is a machine monster, but of course we only have ancient gears. So if your opponent just starts his duel with a set monster that has, you know, less than 2k defense, is that, and you have this guy, you're done. I mean, you win, because you can simply summon this guy. You just need to have another machine monster in your hand. You attack, inflict piercing damage, because keep in mind that all these guys inflict piercing damage, and that's the most cancer thing about it. And then you can use the effect, discard the machine monster, attack again directly, and you have lethal. So now that I told you that this guy actually inflicts piercing damage, you can understand by yourself why these cards is actually the pool of cards that we want to have, the pool of back rows that we want to have in this deck. You want to keep your opponent's monster floodgated, you know, set, not to be able to activate their effect in defense position, because these guys inflict piercing damage. So there is no best card other than Floodgate and the Book of Moon, of course. And then I wanted to play the Pulse Mines, because this card literally is a one-turn saver. So if you have a monster, no matter what, unless your opponent has Night Beam, that is a spell card that allows your opponent, that does not allow your opponent to respond to that. Unless he activates that, you can always chain this to Typhoon, Cyclone, Destruction Effect. You activate that, and no matter what, every monster your opponent summons after this will be put in defense position, and there's nothing to do about it, so you're 100% safe. And that's why this is insane. It's just you know, one card that does it all the bad job alone. Triple Floodgate, double Book of Moon, and then Monster Reborn. Not for these guys, because this cannot be special summon, but just you know, stealing something from the graveyard, being able to summon this guy back from the graveyard, or simply have an additional search before going into your main phase is really good. So last but not least, of course, this guy, I managed to get a second copy, and that's what made this deck reach cock. Without 2 copies at least, you can't do nothing. And keep in mind, even a 3rd copy would be better instead of the Nightmare Shark, that I definitely never used it. So you can definitely put this away and put another howitzer in it if you have it. Why? Because this guy, there's no way to deal with this guy except by you know, attacking it with a monster that has an attack higher than 1800. So also you start with your inflicting damage, so you can also put pressure on your opponent. If you floodgate everything, this deck become a stall deck, a cancer deck. That's why I call it a cancer deck, because you can either finish the duel in one turn with Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound, or you can stall it till death with your Floodgates, with your Pulse Mines, and your Ancient Gear Howitzer that every turn keeps on inflicting damage. Keep in mind that. Also, the amazing effect, when it's destroyed, you get to special summon a monster, so sometimes you need to summon this big guy, because this says ignoring its summoning condition, so you can summon this guy, and you know, to protect your life points. Sometimes, if your opponent has only one monster, you can summon, of course, your Wyvern, so you get an additional search during your opponent's turn. And last but not least, a nice combo to use is the Dreadnought. So this guy, you can just, if you manage to pop a monster, then you can use the effect at the end of the battle phase and summon this guy, and we know how good it is because it has a non-targeting shuffling back to deck effect. Really good. Guys, it definitely took me too long to into this deck list breakdown. I hope not to bother you. I hope you enjoyed this, and now we can jump right into the amazing replays. Don't miss them, my boys. Let's go. Hey, welcome, my boys. This was one of the first rank ups. So keep in mind, you're not gonna see all the rank ups, just because one was just my opponent surrendering after the draw phase, I think, because he bricked. So keep in mind that. So it is him to begin, and it is a Necroz deck. Pretty annoying to deal with because they have, of course, the Valkyries. Necroz of Valkyries is just an interrupt, and in the battle phase simply says no thank you to everything, and it just make you skip to the end phase, so you can't do really nothing. So We have a pretty good hand right here. I decided to begin with the Ancient Gear Golem. Then my back rows, I just went into attacking because I wanted to get him. I wanted to get rid of that. So no poly. There's no point here at this point because I didn't want it to go into my Ancient Gear howitzer. So it's his turn, as you can see. Some search, then Necroz cycle to begin with, attributing the shoot rates to go into a second Brionac that can do nothing against this because this big boy is not special summoned from the extra deck, so really we don't care about that. He's got another ritual summon, this time into Brionac. Keep in mind that he can't go, I mean he could go into Trishula, but that would be useless because the ritual Trishula's effect to be activated, you need to have, your opponent needs to have at least a card in every field, in every section. You need to have a card in the field, a card in the end, and a card in the graveyard. Now, because I do not have a card in the graveyard, if he summons Trishula, it does not get the effect out. So that's why also I didn't go into Howitzer, because I didn't want anything in my graveyard. He went into an Exceed summon, but my Floodgate says no thank you, and he can just hand his turn. At this point, Battle Ancient Gear, the Ancient Gear Ultimate Golem, actually Ultimate Pound, start attacking, and as I told you, that's actually the OTK machine. You attack the first one, piercing damage, then use the effect, discard the machine monster, and you just go for lethal. That's how you do it. There you go. Second duel, my boys. The most annoying deck right now, Black Rose, top tier. Let's see, it's him to begin. Not a good thing because now I can do all this stuff, without giving us a chance to interfere. So he's got the skill, of course, first turn, PSI, Flame Lord Zera, not a bad turn one, but the problem right now is that I do not special summon, unless, except for the Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, so this is actually useless. But so I went with the skill, of course, and I went straight away with my Ultimate Pound. I set my back rows. Of course, he's got something. He's got the Book of Moon, and then in the end phase, Basil Rose shoot to get his Rux Rose out of the graveyard. Had another Basil Rose shoot, and now he's ready for his combo. But I have two interruptions right now. So White Rose Dragon to begin with, summoning the another level 4 because he wanted to go into the Trishula, the Ice Dragon barrier, to banish all the 3 cards, but of course I just went for the book for the Tuna. I knew that it was played the turn before, so you could actually flip that up. So, but that was actually predictable. I have my Floodgate, of course, to set that and block that there. So at this point, another defense, then we can go with Wyvern to have the Unseen Gaunt, and at this point, we have Lethal in our hands. So if this card is a Basil Rose shoot, as it is, he has lost, because we can just go all in, start inflicting some damage, then first one, 1800, effect, second attack, use the skill to bring out the carrot, but we do not care because we have lethal through piercing damage. That's how cancer this deck is. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. This was instead, guys, another rank up. This was, if I'm not wrong, from Legend rank 2 to 3. If I'm correct. So against Yugioh we have Hunting Ground to begin with, and the most safe play, there you go, Howitzer. We also have a Floodgate, so we're chilling, some damage. So as you can see, the combo, if you summon Howitzer with the Hunting Hound, you end up inflicting 1800 to your opponent to begin with. Not bad. So it's got what, 6 Samurais with all these summons and then Malevolent Sin, but I didn't Floodgate that because that is not a problem. My Howitzer is unaffected. Then he went straight away with Monster Reborn. Rikizarete had another 6 Samurai, then second Xyz into Roach that actually was not a problem, but I Floodgated that because he has a 0 defense, so that was so so bad from my side. I don't know why he didn't attack, but that's fine, I guess. So we can just summon the Wyvern, get the Ancient Gear Golem out ready for the lethal. I didn't attack because I wanted this to be there, to inflict piercing damage. Then he went with the Fuma, but I went with the Mind Pulse just, to be completely safe. And at this point, you know what is coming. I would say with some damage, then the skill to normal summon my Ultimate Pound, and then I'm just going for lethal for the piercing damage. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. A second top tier deck. We're talking about the Maclord stuff. Of course, it's us to begin pretty good, so keep in mind, always set your stuff first before summoning your Wyvern to have the Ancient Gear Golem. So, even in these, harsh times, you do not know what you wanted to have. I mean, the Ancient Gear Golem maybe is the most safe choice, because even if you summon him and then your opponent Floodgated or Book of Moon, and you cannot have access to your polymerization, at least you have a big boy with 3k defense. That's maybe the best, the most safe choice, the safest choice. So it's got the skill, of course. It's got the Maclord Assembly to begin with, having the Obligato to his end, normal summon, Floodgate, no thank you, I do not want you to exceed, sir. So just a back row, and now it's our turn. We were lucky, we went with the ultimate pound because we want a lethal, but it's got the Book of Moon. And we do not want it to attack, we wanted that to be floodgated, we wanted that to be still there. So another skill, a second Obligato, summon this time, no floodgate but Book of Moon, and it's got the effect to pop it and then triple banish to go into the Triskelion battle phase. You do not want him to attack, otherwise he steals something from your Hex deck. So toggle on, we enter the battle phase, Pulse Mines. We're chilling. At this point, he has 2 guys in defense, and we have a guy that can attack more than actually up to 3 times. Look at that. First one, 3k, use the effect, attack the second one. At this point, guys, even if he had something with a much higher defense, we could have discarded again and attacked for lethal directly. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. This rank cap was, if I'm not wrong, from 4 to 5? Or 3 to 4? 4 to 5 maybe. So Necro Valley to begin with. But right here, the point is that Necro Valley does not really affect this deck because we do not summon stuff from the graveyard. So it's us to go for second. I went with the ultimate pound, a couple of back row. I just went for attacking. He's got the Typhoon, a double Typhoon on my back rows, but the point is that his defense position monster does not have enough defense points to resist this turn. Look at that. That's just how counter this deck is. One normal summon and you're good for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys, interrupting an 8th win streak. That was so hard. So for this guy, so I guess triple D's, of course. He's got the Dark Contract with the Gate. Then he searched for his Baphomet. Then double D Sword Slime into the Genghis. Actually, not the one that negates, but the other one. So he went straight forward with the full board. As you can see, then you can see someone into the Wave King Caesar, that's fine. In defense position, no back rows, we have the ultimate pound, and you already know what is coming, right? So, Battle Ancient Gear, ultimate pound, this is just a known story. No effect can stop this big dude. There you go, second attack, and third attack, right away, lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, another Kizazinski, another Black Rose Dragon. It's us to begin though, and unfortunately, as you can see right there, we have an interruption, but we do not have the Floodgates or the Book of Moon to prevent her from synchro summoning. So we can just go with our stuff. We have the Howitzer, and at this point he's got the Book of Moon to begin with. Wrong, my girl, wrong. This guy's unaffected. So he went with the skill after he tasted the Howitzer power, and then he went, of course, with the full combo, Buzzer Rose Shoot into the Samurai Destroyer. That is actually the only guy that is a problem for Howitzer, because when he attacks, not because he negates the effect on the field, but when Howitzer goes to the graveyard, its effect are still negated. But when Howitzer in the graveyard, its effect of being unaffected does not count anymore. So actually you do not get to summon anything from the deck. That's the problem. So as soon as we enter the battle phase, toggle on Pulse Mines. We do not care. So Howitzer again, Battle Ancient Gear into the ultimate pound, attacking the Destroyer. No piercing damage because Samurai Destroy negates that, but we can actually use the effect, right? Or we can, I think we cannot. We cannot because of course Samurai Destroy negated that. So he's got his combo Buzzer will shoot to have the level 11 Trishula Zero Dragon to banish the stuff, but he can only banish the ultimate pound because Howitzer is unaffected. And then Rose Girl is not done yet. He attacked. At this point, to save our life points, we went with the Ancient Gear Golem. So he can't attack, we're chilling. At this point, Ancient Gear Hunting Gown to inflict some damage, effect into the second Howitzer, as you can see right there. Effect to inflict some more damage. We have to take his life points down enough to finish him with the ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. So he went to Black Rose Dragon. There's no point in popping everything, but what he can use its effect to actually can't do nothing. It just surrendered. So that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. Interrupting a rank up. Sorry, my boy. Let's see what we have. It's us to begin. So in Ancient Gear to begin with, the Hunting Gown, straight away 800 life points of damage, and then, you know, just one of the most hard guy to deal with. And then it's got triple set, Ancient Clock. We're chilling. At this point, it's us. We go with Howitzer's effect, Monster Reborn to begin with, so we have an additional search right there. Looking for the Ultimate Pound because we want to go for lethal. Then there you go, Ultimate Pound, ready to attack. It's got the Floodgate though, so okay, we're still good. It's got the Cosmic Cyclone on my Pulse Mines. I decided to go straight away, of course, so you can activate that now. No matter what it does, he won't be able to attack. So there you go. So basically, Howitzer plus Pulse Mines actually means completely safeness. He's got the effect to pop the Wyvern, that's fine. Then he goes into the Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Not a good idea because he can't attack in defense, and we're still good. So at this point, Howitzer's effect for some more damage, Hunting Gown for some more damage, then effect. He's got Book of Moon. There's no problem, as I told you guys in the breakdown. Second Howitzer, because at this point is a pure cancer deck. We are going to finish him just by inflicting damage. Rebellion Xyz Dragon's effect does not matter, but I guess he did well because he wanted to have the stuff in the graveyard so he could banish that. And of course, as you can see, he's got also the traps in the graveyard to recycle the Phantom Knights of Break Swords, the Silent Boots. He started attacking Howitzer to summon the Ultimate Pound, ready for lethal. Attacking the second one. Second Howitzer's effect this time to bring out an Ancient Gear Golem. So now we are safe for 2 back rows. He's got the compulsory. Actually, not a good idea to use that now because now he has only 1 back row for 2 guys. So as you can see, first I got the Poly, so he has a Floodgate, we can always Polymerization, and then he's got the Canadia for 1, but for the other one he's got nothing. Piercing damage, that's how you do it, that's the way, my boys. There you go. Another, my boys, another one was this. This is actually the last duel I have. So I guess one of the ones that I already showed you was the one for King of Games, because you know they were not in order. So this is the last deck that I faced. Of course, the last type of deck that I faced. This is Galaxy Eyes, first Galaxy Eyes deck that you see among these duels. So it's got. I just had my Howitzer out to begin with and a Floodgate. It's got the Galaxy Expedition. What we wanted to do is we want to Floodgate the Photon Lord, but it didn't went into that, so that's fine. I went to Floodgate the big boy. It's got the Forbidden Lands, and that's fine to protect that. So Photon Dragon to pop my Howitzer, but that does not work. Then Wizard to get the Galaxy Zero again for the next turn. At this point, I don't know why he didn't attack. Kind of strange, but that's fine. Just a set card at this point. It's got the Xyz Galaxy once again, rank up Xyz Evolution, but this time the Floodgate goes through. So goodbye to Cypherblade Dragon. It's got Galaxy Zero to get his big boy out. Rank up Xyz into Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon. but he cannot pop. I don't know why he's not attacking, honestly, but that's good to me. I mean, I can just, you know, keep on inflicting damage. So he's got a Photon Stream of Destruction on the back row at this point, just pulls mines it out. So if he summons something, everything goes to defense. But he was actually tricked from this because, you know, this guy could actually be put in attack position again, but maybe he didn't know that. He went into the Photon Lord. That was what I wanted to avoid, but that's fine. I can keep on inflicting damage, as you can see. Another pulse mine, and then he used the Photon Lord's effect to add in the card to his end. And at this point, you know, he's gonna have more and more pressure. Another Galaxy Saglin, pulse mines again. He was tricked again by this thing because he actually could put this guy in attack position. That's good to me. When you do not read card, that's what you have. Cloud Dragon to his end, not a problem at this point. I'm just waiting right now because he can't do nothing. This time he's going to attack, and here comes the mistake. Putting this guy in attack position. Why? So he attacked. Howitzer into the Wyvern because he's gonna be you know, destroyed anyway because of the Foot and Dragon. He attacked, that's fine. Then Cloud Dragon does not, you know, it's not a problem at this point. Battle Engine Gear into the Engine Gear Golem. He didn't Floodgate, so we're chilling. We can grab the Polymerization this time. He went with Treacherous in response to Polymerization. And that was a nice move because now I can't actually do nothing but look at this move. I actually had lethal. I made my calculations. It took enough, but look at that. First 500, then I attacked the Photon Lord. The Photon Lord cannot negate the effect during the damage step. That's why I was chilling. So effect of Howitzer gets destroyed. You summon the Ultimate Pound from your deck. Then you attack the Photon Lord. Only 200 left. And guess what's the defense of the Cypher Blade? Effective Ultimate Pound, another attack, exactly lethal. This duel was epic. That's how you do it, my boys. Wait, calculation so accurate. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. So guys, I ended up showing, I think it was one of the previous rank up duel to Cog. Maybe it was the duel against Shark. If I'm not wrong. I mean, it was an easy one, luckily, but it was so hard. You know, all the way through from Legend Rank 1 to King of Games was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. Yet it took a couple of days to play. I mean, I didn't play. I played like 4 hours per day to do it, but I did it. I'm so happy. I hope that you guys enjoyed all the deck list breakdown and the duels. Sorry if it took too long. I didn't want to bother you, but I had to show you all these bunch of duels because they were so good. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.